So today we are filming Guinevere's 6-month update. She is going to be 7 months old tomorrow, although by the time I get this up she will already be 7 months. So we're going to review the past month, what's been going on. I've got a couple of notes and I will try and do it as quickly as I can, and I may have to stop and then restart filming depending on how good she is at sitting here. Who's that? Pussycat. Yeah, so she was born on the 14th of January, so she turns a new month on the 14th of each month. So yeah, she's 7 months now. I haven't yet got her weighed for this month. I've been without a car this week, so I'll be weighing her next week. But at her last weighing, which was when she was 6 months, so a month ago, she was £12 14 ounces. She is a small baby, but she can you hear Betty? She is a small baby, but she is following her line. She's just a petite little girl. So yeah, so she was £12 14 ounces at her last weigh-in a month ago. So new things that have been going on. So she's been giggling lots more now. She does this a lot, like gets very excited. She has started clapping her hands, which is brilliant. It's actually, I think, quite early maybe for clapping hands, but she definitely does clap her hands. She does it quite a lot. She can sit for literally 2 seconds on her own, so we're not sitting up fully yet at the moment, but she's getting better every day at that, so we keep practicing. And her first tooth started coming through 2 days ago, so yeah, I was really surprised. It seems like ages that we've been waiting. She's been teething for so long, and then I was just kind of, she was teething and I was just kind of putting my finger in her mouth for, you know, to soothe her, and I felt really sharp thing in her mouth, and then I had a look and she's got a little tooth poking through, so so that's exciting. Sorry, I keep looking down, my notes are down here. What else have we been doing? We're doing baby-led weaning. So we started that when she turned 6 months. She's doing really great at it. She started, this past week, she started actually chewing stuff a bit more. Up until that point, she really was just kind of sucking on it and moving it, you know, around her face. They don't really swallow much initially, but she's definitely been swallowing little pieces here and there. Her favourites at the moment seem to be broccoli. Ooh, seem to be broccoli and green beans. And she also quite likes sweet potato as well. Are you getting fed up? Shall Mummy put you down? Right, I'm going to put her down and then I'll carry on filming once she's settled. Right, I've put little monkey down for a nap. So where were we? So okay, yeah, I was talking about baby-led weaning. So I'll move on now to feeding. So she averages about 30 ounces a day, sometimes more. And that's usually spread between 5 and 6 feeds. She generally has about 5 to 6 ounces a feed. Sometimes she'll have she'll kind of snack. So she might just, in the morning for example, if she's got up in the middle of the night for a feed, her first feed in the morning she'll only have like 2 or 3 initially, and then about an hour later I'll give her another 2 or 3. But if she sleeps through the night, then that feed she will have like a normal 6 ounce. So in terms of sleeping through the night, it's really kind of a bit random at the moment. She is probably doing 50-50. She'll sleep through the night for a couple of nights, and then a couple of nights she won't. The nights that she doesn't sleep through the night, she only usually wakes up once, which is normally around about 4:30. So I give her a bottle only of about 4 ounces then. And then I think probably next week, if she does wake up, I will reduce that to 3 ounces and kind of keep reducing it and just try and cut that out altogether. So yeah, that's her feeding patterns at the moment. And for sleeping and nap times, she normally wakes up between 7:30 and 8, and we will then get up and play, you know, feed, do all the normal kind of baby stuff, and then she'll go down for her nap at some time between 10 and 11 o'clock. and she will nap from between half an hour to an hour. Normally half an hour, but this week, because she's been fighting a cold, I think she's been needing a bit more sleep, so she has been doing about an hour for that nap this week. And then her second nap is around about 2 o'clock-ish, and that's anything really between an hour and 2 hours. I aim for 2 hours. Sometimes she wakes up after 30 minutes, but I kind of just leave her, and normally she resettles and then will sleep for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So she's only having 2 naps a day now. We've dropped the third nap completely. She will rarely have it if she hasn't slept very well for her previous nap. You know, if she's only slept for 20 or 30 minutes and I've not managed to get her back to sleep, then I will let her have a little cat nap around about 4:30, 5, because otherwise she just won't last until bedtime. And then bedtime, she's normally asleep at some time between 7:30 and 8. Ideally it would be earlier, but because Phil doesn't get back from work normally till about 7, he then will do a bath if it's bath night and do story and bedtime routine. If I bought it any earlier, it would mean that he wouldn't see her at all, which, you know, is not ideal. So we kind of have a little bit of a later bedtime for her. And then when we go up to bed at about 11 o'clock-ish, we will then give her a dream feed, and change her nappy and then put her back down, and she normally falls almost straight back asleep. She kind of giggles around for maybe 10-15 minutes and then she falls back asleep. She sleeps in her cot for all of her naps and also for the first part of her nighttime sleep, so the kind of 7:30 until 11 o'clock she's in her cot. And then when we give her that dream feed, we then put her in the co-sleeper next to us. We are going to transition her and have her sleep in her cot for the whole night soon. It's just that the house that we live in, her nursery door is kind of it kind of doesn't fit the door frame properly. So if you shut the door completely, to open it you have to kind of really kind of slam it, which will then wake up a baby. And I can't leave the door open because our cats, especially Daisy, keeps going into her cot to sleep with her, and I just feel a little bit unsure about it at night time that I'm asleep and that she'd be smothered. So until we can kind of shut the door and have the monitor in there, which will happen when we move house, because we're moving house in a month, well, at the end of September, and the doors there are fine. So but we're also thinking about getting a video monitor. We've got a normal monitor at the moment, but I just like to be able to check on her that she's asleep or awake without me actually going and disturbing her. So if you've got any recommendations for video monitors, let me know in the comments. I've just heard like real bad horror stories that people are hacking into baby monitors and like scaring babies and saying stuff to them, so that's kind of I'm a bit worried about that. But anyway, just let me know if you've got any recommendations for any video monitors. What else are we going to talk about? So some of her favourite things at the moment and favourite things to do. She loves playing in her walker. She doesn't really walk around in it too much. She kind of moves from side to side, but she's not kind of running around or anything yet. But yeah, she just loves bouncing around in that and kind of playing with all the things that are, you know, around it. So that's what, you know, she loves doing that. She loves Sophie the giraffe, which is like a teething squeaky toy. So Sophie Giraffe is great. We had to buy 2 because our dog Betty is also obsessed with Sophie the giraffe. So Betty has her own one and Guinevere has hers. And Betty and the cats as well, she is obsessed with them. Anytime she sees them, like if the cats jump on the bed when we're feeding her, or, you know, kind of brush past her, she just like has the biggest smiles and laughs. And also Betty, because we're probably in the living room the majority of the day and Betty's always with us. If Betty kind of jumps around on the sofa and stuff, it really makes her laugh. So yeah, she loves seeing the animals. So yeah, so there's some of her favourite things at the moment. And then toy-wise, she kind of likes, you know, things that make jingly sounds, her rattle, her her frozen teething ring has been quite useful the past week, because obviously her tooth's been coming through, so that's been getting a bit more use. But yeah, I need to start looking at getting maybe a couple more toys, particularly when she's sat up, because a lot of our toys at the moment are more just kind of like teething-y type things. So if you've got any recommendations for really good toys for like 7 months or older, let me know. So yeah, that's really it for our 6-month update. It's been a great month. It's been a month where lots of things have changed. And I was saying to Phil the other day that you can really see the difference now from when, you know, when they're newborn, they make all their kind of little newborn noises, and now she's just like shouting around, making loads of loud noises and babbling away to herself. And you can just see their personality come out, and she's really cheeky as well. Like in the morning when she wakes up, because she's obviously next to me in the co-sleeper, she kind of turns onto her front and lifts herself up and looks around, and kind of knows that she's being a bit cheeky and kind of like hides her face and stuff, and smiles. So yeah, so it's so cute. So yeah, I'll be doing the 7-month update in a few weeks. I'm hoping by then I can tell you that she's sitting up on her own, because I think once they sit up, it opens up so much more for you. Like, we really want to do some family picnics. But if we're just laying her down on a picnic blanket, it doesn't seem as kind of fun for her. So yeah, so I think once she's sitting up, we can kind of do a lot more and play a lot more and things like that. So my next video will hopefully be my favourites, so mummy and baby favourites. I'm hoping to get that recorded maybe later on today, or if not over the weekend. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Thanks very much.